minute since we've seen each other. I keep saying that. Rewind. Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 10th. April 10th is a very important day to me. It was the day that I was adopted. And I am feeling grateful. I'm feeling grateful. Thank you, Mom. So I'm up. I'm actually watching the Brandy Melville documentary. And I am also about to do some cozy girl cardio. There have been so many things that have changed. As you can see, I'm back in New York. I moved back home. I no longer live in Houston. I am back in my apartment. I got a walking pad. I got a little setup. So let me just get into my workout. And once my workout is done, we'll catch up. I thought we could catch up a little bit while I'm doing my little walkie walk. I just want to say, hey, we're back to doing vlogs again. I'm happy that you're here. Vlogs drop every Friday. But welcome to my new series, Life in My 30s. I feel like we need to show more visibility about what life looks like in your 30s. I didn't even imagine what my life would look like in my 30s. So we're going to discover this together. But enjoy the episode. Okay, so we're done our little walk. I'm trying to walk like 45 minutes a day, but since I've gotten back from Houston, I've brought back some problems. So now that I'm done with my little walkie walk, I am going to make some breakfast. And then while I make breakfast, we're gonna shoot some shit. So let's get to it. And so I didn't think that me coming back to New York was gonna be on my 2024 bingo card. I also didn't think that me deciding to randomly quit my job, that honestly was the reason why I moved back from Houston, was going to be on my 2024 bingo card. But I swear, like, 2024 is just full of surprises. Like, I am learning, I am living, and I am learning, and everything that you thought was gonna be a certain way does not go that way, and that's okay. I quit my job almost 2 weeks ago. I didn't find the job found me. Let's start there. This job found me rather through an old client of mine. She was an old makeup client. So this was like back in like 2017 when Ella Ty was peak beauty, right? And that we remained in contact. She follows me on Instagram. She hits me up from time to time. The conversations are nice. Everything is great. She had me come to one of her events and speak on one of her panels. And then she just kept saying jokingly, like, oh my God, one day you're gonna work for me. And I was like, you know, maybe. And then when she offered me the job, I was in such a desperate space, like for stability. I'm gonna give you some big sisterly advice. Don't ever make a decision from a space of desperation. Even if you are at your lowest point, don't ever make a decision from a space of desperation. Me making this decision that I made set me up to set me back. I thought I was giving myself an opportunity, and all I gave myself was an obstacle. Please take the time to make sure that when you are making a decision, that you are making it for the best benefit, which is you. Also, if something does not feel right, please do not ignore your gut. Your gut will never, ever lead you astray. When I decided to take this position, I did one thing. I ignored my instincts and I decided to take the position anyway because I was in a desperate space. This is some big sisterly advice. So anytime you are in a situation where you feel like you are you're down bad, you're never really down bad. So take a beat. Take a moment before you make a decision. Now let's get back to regularly scheduled programming. And nothing I was doing was working. And she offered me this position. The salary was okay. It was a hybrid position. I was like, yes, this is it. Like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And girl, if I could tell myself, like if I can go back and just tell myself like, hey, this isn't it. Your gut instinct about you not wanting to take a position is 100% right. So basically I come home, I take the job. The first couple of weeks are really weird. Reason being because like I'm coming into the office and my boss isn't there. I'm coming in, she's not there. And then I got hired in like October. So like November, there was like a, we're not gonna be in the office, but nobody told me that we were gonna be in the office. I was also under the impression that there was going to be a team of people that I was gonna be working with. Come to find out, it was just me, my client who is now my boss, and her assistant who works virtually, who doesn't even live in the country. Okay, and I don't really know what I'm doing. There wasn't any proper training protocols. There was nothing. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself like, okay, well, you know, she said this is the deader part of the year for her, right? And I would think that if this is the deader part of the year for you when things are quiet, this would be the time where you'd like really be on it when it comes to training your people. That didn't happen, bro. That didn't happen. These are just like my little observations, things that I've noticed being in that position. And things got bad. I want to say things got relatively bad once I came back from my vacation from DR. So from October to January, it was tumultuous. It was hard. It was rough. There were times where I really didn't know what I was doing. I felt very overwhelmed, and I also felt like I wasn't in an environment where I could ask for help. But I was like, I'm gonna trudge through it, because I was told by January you'll have support. I'm gonna be hiring some people. By January you'll have support. January comes and goes and I still don't have support, and there's a lot on my plate, and there's a lot that I don't really know how to navigate through. And as I'm trying to navigate through these new spaces and trying to figure things out, she kind of drops a project on my plate and gives me no guidance on how to make this project a reality. There's one incident that happens when I come back from vacation that I thought was kind of weird. I say nothing, I just keep note, right? I say nothing, I just keep note. And turns out so was she, because remember, I'm under the impression that I'm gonna get support. I'm under the impression that we are building out a team. I'm under the impression that we are slowly but surely going to find our flow, find our footing, find our people. And instead of finding our flow and finding our people, she hired an HR company, which I found very interesting. Okay, a bunch of other things kind of happened, and the reason why I'm kind of skipping through a lot of stuff is because like I'm not ready to speak about it just yet. And I know her, and she's probably following my videos and watching me right now, and to be honest, I just want to say there are two sides to a story, and this is my perspective. This is how I experienced it. This is what I went through, and I'm not taking back anything that I said, period. Was not on my 2024 bingo card to quit my job. I didn't want to leave, but I knew if I stayed, it was only going to get worse. I think like in order to resolve an issue, you have to have a conversation, but if there's no desire, if you don't feel like you can talk to somebody about how they treat you, then honestly, you need to remove yourself from the situation. This is what it's like to navigate life in your 30s. You may think that you're supposed to have it figured out by the time you turn 30, but I'm here to let you know that it doesn't work that way. Ironically, 30s is not the goalpost. I honestly believe that 30s are the years where things start to get good. When you start to question things and you start to really go after what you want, because you really don't care about what anybody says anymore. You learn how to let go of what no longer serves you. And navigating through that is difficult, but that's what makes the 30s such a luxurious space to exist in. There is a certain level of, I don't really care. I'm going to do what's best for me. Even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, you still know that there's something that you're doing with your best interest in mind. Okay, so breakfast is done, but I want to show you the vitamins that I've been taking. This is what I've been taking so far. When I went to the doctor told me I'm very deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is what I've been taking for my bone density and my bone health. Another thing to kind of like really help with that is also calcium. I've been taking calcium for a while, off and on. They also told me that I was deficient in calcium. So calcium is also really good. I take the 1200 milligrams, really great. I take magnesium, okay? Magnesium is really good when it comes to like brain health. I actually need another one because I'm realizing this is gonna expire soon. But I take magnesium. It's really good for brain health, focus, anxiety. Highly recommend you take this. I also heard though that liquid magnesium is more beneficial because it absorbs into the body faster. I haven't tried it yet. Another vitamin that I've been taking is vitamin B12. B12 is what I've been taking. Vitamin B12, 1000 milligrams. Really good when it helps with like energy, when it helps with like iron, things of that. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor, okay? But I know that it's good for you, all right? Biotin, really good when it comes to like, you know, hair growth, nail growth, skin. I don't recommend you take your supplements with iced coffee, but that was like, you know, me. That's the juxtaposition of being in your 30s. Also learning how to let go of habits. I've been trying to really be mindful about how much I am taking my vitamins and being consistent with that, because as you get older, what people fail to realize is that although you're young, you're growing old, right? When you're growing up from like, you know, infancy up until 25, 26, your body is still developing. But honestly, what you do after 25 sets the tone for the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that you're taking vitamins. You want to make sure that you have a really good skincare routine, a really good body care routine, that you're taking care of your teeth, that you are eating great meals, you're getting enough sleep, that you're really prioritizing your overall physical, mental, emotional health, because you only get one body. And I want to say, since I've turned 30, especially since I got these back pains, I am now realizing how important it is to like repair mode when it comes to take care of my body. I feel like I am in major, and the goal is to make sure that my body is better than what it was. But these are the things that people don't talk to you about when you're in your late 20s. So if you're in your late 20s, or even if you're in your teens, highly recommend you start like lifting weights, drinking more water, having a skincare routine, taking care of your body, really paying attention to your mobility, because that is what I've started to realize goes on a decline once you get over your 20s. Really focus on your mobility. A lot of us think that we need flexibility, but on top of flexibility, we need mobility. Okay, so my makeup is done. I did my hair. I'm showered. I feel great. Now I can jump into, I have a Zoom call in like 8 minutes with a case study of mine. And then after I'm done with the Zoom call, I'm gonna get to my podcast. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to film it. Like since I've moved to New York, I don't have a new podcast set up just yet. Like I don't have a place designated to film, and I want to find a place that is like ideal for me. I just haven't found it yet. So I'm gonna try to like look at different angles in my house and see what I can use. I've been a social media strategist for 5 years. I've helped large brands like Google, content creators, and small business owners establish their digital footprint on social media. So I have a consultation call. If you are looking to have someone look over your social media and give you some guidance, I have my email in the description box down below. I would love to help you grow your social media. So I just finished filming my 3rd episode for the Emotional Thesaurus. Now I'm actually gonna kind of like get into editing it. This is my first time of like filming something and then jumping right into editing it, but I really want to see if I can stay within the flow and in the process of creating. So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be so interesting, but we're gonna figure it out. Let's see how it works. If this is something that I like, then it means me finding my footing. And that's what's important when it comes to being a content creator, like knowing what your flow is, what works for you. Because whenever I like let time pass after I film a video, I'm less inclined to edit it. Do you know what I mean? So let's get into that. Now, I know you guys are thinking, well, this video was filmed in April and you're posting it at the end of September. I am navigating my 30s, okay? And that also means that sometimes there are some technical difficulties. I literally was bike riding in Manhattan and I didn't know that the soda in my bag had spilled all over my laptop. So all of my footage from this video, I had to re-edit this entire video. And it was really, really frustrating. But I'm really learning how to show up even when I fall short, to show myself that I can show up for myself consistently, even if it's late, because better late than never. Please ignore how washed out I look. The lighting is just not lighting the way it needs to light, okay? Leave it at that. But I have gotten, I want to say, 30% of the way when it comes to editing my podcast. So I'm gonna take a little breaky break. I got a little drinky drink and I'm going to get dinner started. I also want to take this makeup off, so I'm gonna do that after. I'm definitely gonna take these lashes off. These lashes, ooh, God, did I pull a I feel like I just pulled an eyelash out. Did I? Ooh, I did. I pulled out 2 eyelash hairs. Jesus Christ. Ooh, that was not comfortable. Okay, we're good on this side, but this side, ooh, jeez. But yeah, we are gonna start to wind down. I'm gonna get dinner together. I've been watching Who the Bleep Did I Marry like all day, and it just keeps me on my toes, okay? It just makes me think about all the Jesus, girl. Why is it so tangled? Every time I just try to be like one of those really cool YouTubers, I end up just being like a chaotic cutie. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's better. That's way better. I'm also gonna take these out because I want to take these off. I need a minute. Oh, that's better. I'm gonna take this ring off too. All right, so, and I'm gonna take this lip off because it's about time. Shout out to Liz, my roommate, who is who is my best friend. Shout out to her for bringing back makeup wipes. Really appreciate it. Because I didn't have any. And it was going to be a cleanse off oil kind of night. Which I still am going to do. Like, I like to use cleanse off oil to take my makeup off. But it's also better to do it with a makeup wipe, in my opinion. I need to take this off because this is just stressing me out. Lips are off. Lashes are off. Hair is down. Like, I really feel like I pulled the shit out of my freaking the middle of my head. Like, I feel like I really hurt myself, honestly. But we're gonna go get dinner started, and we're gonna continue watching either Physical 100 or Who the Bleep Did I Marry. I also gotta get my Duolingo in because, like, I'm very committed to keeping my streak alive. I didn't know it was 9 o'clock. We had a really good day today. You know, we really got some work done today. Very proud of myself. I don't know. Anyway, let's get dinner started. Another thing that I've realized since I've been navigating my 30s is I really am team we got food at home. Okay? I love when I cook my meals at home. I'm realizing that I think I have a food sensitivity and I need to kind of go on a whole journey to figure out what that is. But cooking from home, first of all, the meals hit. Second of all, I know what I'm putting in my body. Okay? Third of all, did I say the meals hit? The meals hit. But I'm gonna need y'all to start learning how to cook. Once I got my air fryer, my cooking confidence has skyrocketed. You can't tell me nothing. Okay, I'm gonna make some salmon. I'm gonna make some vegetables. It's gonna be a vibe. I'm gonna enjoy it. My roommate's gonna enjoy it. And we're gonna have a good time. But I highly recommend you start investing in learning how to cook. There are so many resources on TikTok. Let me tell you something. TikTok and Pinterest to learn how to cook, decorate, or get your life together. Some of the best advice and recipes I've gotten have been off of Pinterest and TikTok. And since I've started cooking, I realized like I don't feel as inflamed as opposed to when I eat out. When I eat out, oh, forget about it. I'm uncomfortable. I feel like I can't digest things. I'm constantly in pain, and I don't think that that's normal. And I'm tired of trying to normalize it. It's not normal, and that's another thing that nobody tells you when you hit your 30s. Like your digestive system changes. You develop food sensitivities. You can't drink as much as you used to, and you'd rather prepare your own meals at home or go to a restaurant. Like you don't even want to hit up fast food anymore because I don't know what they got going on in fast food, but the food is fast, but I don't know if it's food, if you know what I mean. Like it's overly processed, really bad on your digestive tract, causes inflammation, and I want to be here as long as humanly possible. And I just realized like cooking meals from home have been really helpful. And like what I'm making tonight, I'm making a salmon bowl. So I made my own teriyaki sauce. I'm sauteing some bok choy with some yellow onion, some garlic, and some chili oil, and I made wild rice, and look how beautiful that looks. Good morning. Had the craziest dream last night. And don't you hate when you have a dream and you don't remember it, but you wake up feeling like the dream was wild? Today is an editing day. We're gonna go edit.
Communicate with Yandy. I feel like he really point and like really get across. And I do feel like Yandy, he feels like Yandy can be playing like a little bit this too independent. Like how she wants to make movies. She wants Santa's in his diary room, tell producers that he just asks mid DC's. They asked him how he's done for 4 years. Cross like, hey, like here's what I need. But I'm being a white overall. And this whole season, Yandy does wherever she wants to do it.
So I've showered, I put on some skincare, I did my brow wax, and now I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm not sure, like a part of me like wants to put makeup on, but just like a little bit. Like I don't want to do a full face like I did yesterday, but I also don't want to like go outside looking like this. So I'm gonna just put some earrings on. One thing I've realized is that like my makeup, like my everyday makeup has changed significantly since I've gotten into my 30s. And it's not that I don't care anymore, it's just that I feel like there needs to be different degrees and levels of makeup, and not everything requires a full face, just something really clean and polished. Okay, so my makeup is done. I added a little bit of stuff to my eyebrows. I laid down my edges. My skin looks amazing. I don't know what, there we go, because like the lighting looks so weird. So I got my hair in a ponytail. I did my skin. Like this is what I'm talking about when it comes to like wanting to look made up but not doing too much. I like looking like a dewy gumdrop. If someone who's oily, they may not like this routine, but I personally like it. I'm gonna show you my outfit of the day. So, this is my outfit of the day. I am wearing a Los Angeles crew neck, a pair of seamless leggings, my dad's shoes, and some chunky socks. We're gonna get some breakfast because I don't believe in like, I'm not paying for things that I don't have to pay for. I'm just not doing it. Not today, I'm not paying for things that I don't have to pay for. So I'm gonna make some breakfast, eat breakfast, and then we're gonna leave. So now I'm getting ready to go to a cafe. For the people that desire a work from home job, I highly recommend you have somewhat of a hybrid schedule. And what I mean by that is, even though you work from home every day of the week, 3 days out the week, make it your mission to get out the house. My days are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I try to get out the house, go to a cafe, change up the scenery, do something different, because staying in the house can drive you stir crazy. So find a library, a cafe, something where you can kind of like find your area, really enjoy creating whatever you're creating or working however you need to work, because that's really been helpful for my mental health. I'm not gonna lie, I personally do not like being a person that works from home. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'm a social person. I like the breakup in my day. I like being in different areas. Maybe if I had a designated work area that was not in my bedroom, maybe I'd like working from home. But right now, not my favorite place to be. Not even gonna lie to you. Not my favorite place to be. But I do not miss the morning commute, and I do not miss the morning traffic. So hey, I'm grateful either way. I want to say the biggest lesson that I've learned when it comes to being 30 and getting older is that what you think is old is not old, especially once you experience it. You realize that not everybody knows what they're doing. Honestly, nobody knows what they're doing. If the 30-year-olds don't know what's going on, what makes you think the 40-year-olds know? If the 40-year-olds don't know what's going on, what makes you think the 50-year-olds don't know what's going on? Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody is just trying to do their best. They're trying to show up in the best way they know how. They're trying to live lives that are organic to them. They're trying to find joy in the things that bring them joy and feel connected to the things that they feel connected to. I want to say, like, being 30 and, like, being in my 30s, I feel like there's a whole other road ahead of me that's so unexplored. But you know what's kind of strange? When you hit your 30s, the road always leads back to the parts of you that you may have abandoned. Intentionally or not, you may have abandoned that part of yourself. When I was younger, I used to color a lot. Paint, coloring books, crayons, you name it, I did it. But I really loved paint growing up. So I decided to get into having a hobby again, and I'm focusing on doing acrylic painting. And I really want to learn how to paint Studio Ghibli scenes. I love anime painting. I do really well with anime glass painting. And if you guys want to see a paint with me video, just write that in the description box down below. I would love to give that to you guys. But yeah, like when you hit your 30s, you realize that you're kind of like doing a boomerang. You're going back to the things that you abandoned because you didn't think you had time for them. You didn't think that they were important. You didn't really see the value in them because they weren't making you money. But as you get older, you realize that life is more than money. Life is about finding joy in the little things, like this extra large paintbrush that I saw, or enjoying picking out your favorite paint colors for your next picture you're gonna create, or allowing yourself to really even explore a hobby at all. That's really important when you hit your 30s, because life needs pockets of joy. Life needs a breath of ease. And painting, to me, makes me feel like I'm in the moment. It gives me a space of presence. I'm not overthinking what I should be doing, and I'm truly in the moment. So when you're wondering what do your 30s look like, sometimes that thing that you put down when you were in your teens, you're going to pick back up in your 30s.
So we're back
because that part of you isn't really gone.
We had a day.
Other things just become more important. And I put air quotations around that.
Honestly, like, I'm so excited that the podcast is done. The episode is done. It is fully edited. I stopped at Trader Joe's. I went to Michael's. Now we are home. I'm going to make a bomb-ass kava bowl dupe. I love kava. If you don't know what fucking kava is, where the fuck have you been? Okay. But I'm gonna make a kava bowl. It's gonna be good as shit. But I know that, what time is it? It's 8:08. So I am going to grab my iPad because I'm still Game of Thrones has me in a chokehold. Okay, I've been watching Game of Thrones for a couple of weeks now, and it has me in a fucking chokehold. It has me in a chokehold. So I'm gonna put my groceries away. I don't believe in doing Trader Joe's hauls because I just don't have the capacity. I just feel like, let me just put the fucking groceries away. So I'm gonna put the groceries away, and then I'm gonna start making dinner. So let's get into that, because that's where we're at. But today was an amazing fucking day. Like, I feel very accomplished. I feel like today is going really well. So I'm gonna get the air fryer. The air fryer has to be clean too. Like, there is shit in the air fryer because the meal that I made yesterday, I forgot to soak it. So it looks really bad in there. But let's just get this knocked out and done with.
Where's the key? How many of this?
Okay, so I'm gonna end the vlog here because honestly I am burnt out. But I wanted to show you my bowl that I made that is kava inspired. I made saffron rice, shawarma chicken. This is arugula, and there is avocado. There are baby cucumbers. There's shredded carrots in here, and then there's like the kale crunch from Trader Joe's. And then for the dressings, I have roasted hummus, tzatziki sauce, and then the broccoli kale dressing on top of it. I really did that. I really ate this up. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna finish watching Game of Thrones. But we had a good day today.